Burgundy studying as a young man, it just occurred to me that the greatest domains in the world were biodynamic. And back then, I wasn't looking to save the world and be an ecological warrior. I was really just more concerned about making great wines. And it was just intriguing to me that how all of the greatest wines of the world had this one thing in common. But as I got further into biodynamic studies and farming, I realized how pure it is and how natural a way of farming it is. And I don't want people drinking my wine and becoming poisoned by chemicals that are used. It's about place and purity, and so we have to remove the chemicals from the farming process to make a pure wine. And I want my children to drink this wine someday, and I want them to make wine someday, and so it was a very natural decision to become a biodynamic farmer. The very first year when I moved back from Burgundy, my father had planted our first vineyard, and he had hired a vineyard manager to manage it until I got home. And when I got home, the grass was taller than the grapevines. The grass was about 1 meter high and the grapevines were this big. So we started hand hoeing and trying to remove the grass, and it was very difficult. And this vineyard manager convinced me to spray an herbicide to get rid of it. And all of those little vines crisped up and the leaves turned brown at the edges, and it was so scary that all of the work we had put into this might have been ruined at that point. That I swore that we would never ever again make that mistake. And it was just one of those peer pressure moments that we felt we needed to do, and that man was wrong. And we've, ever since that's more than 16 years ago, we've never once used a chemical like that in our vineyard. When you walk into our vineyards, you hear life. There are birds because there are insects, and there are gophers and moles, and there's life everywhere. When you walk into a chemically farmed vineyard, they're dead silent. There's no noise whatsoever because there are no insects, so there are no birds. There's just a monoculture. That's it. It's just vines and dead earth, and it's very scary to see the difference, and it's real. So it's wonderful to be in a vineyard where you can sense life all around you.